your favorite sports podcast, back again on another marvelous Monday for Baltimore and beyond. As Women's History Month concludes, we go out with a bang with a Flex Zone original who's knocking it out the park, doing her own thing as well. So much to talk about. We'll get to it here on the only place giving you sports how you want it when you need it. It's the Flex Zone. Drop those sunglasses emojis down in the chat. Hit that like button. Make sure you share this video. And of course, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Big shout out to all the new subscribers. Episode 336 here on the Flex Zone podcast. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show as we take you on a sports experience. That's right. Slapping the competition harder than Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, Crevonte. It is the Flex Zone, episode 336. We legit, baby. The only place giving you sports how you want it when you need it. We're back for episode 336. Fantabulous, stupendous, marvelous, magnificent episode here. Again, getting ready for so much big things to talk about. The crew's all here. Very, very special guest here. Close out Women's History Month. You know my name. God's favorite host, the host with the moist. If you're watching this video right now, hit that like button, subscribe. Go ahead, check out all our past videos as well as the channel is growing and thriving. And I got the whole crew with me today. Back on camera. He's ready for his close-up. Your friendly neighborhood D. What's up, my brother?
Byron, what's going on with you? I'm liking the long distance hair. I mean, I guess it's COVID related. I don't know. Anyway, what a great girls matchup we had tonight. UConn, NC State. A lot of local flavor in there.
Hey, what's up, girl? I was watching.
Hey, what's going on? A great legend, a real legend.
I was watching, girl.
My man,
I was watching.
Gino can show Coach K a thing or two. 14 straight Final Fours.
That's right, D.
A legend. That's right. But Dot Sport Network's been busy. We had that lacrosse. It was freezing like the yin yang today, but we was out there. AAU basketball coming. It's all busy. Over 1,720 subscribers plus strong. We thank you all for it out there. Dot Sport Network on them platforms. Dot Sporting Net on the Twitter.
This next man, he's been having it lit more than a club on a Friday night on the YouTube. Uncle Raj got on his white tee. What's up, my brother?
What's going on, Byron? Another Monday, another guest, but yet the last one, the best one probably so far. Can't wait to do the show with this wonderful person. It's going to be great, and you know we're going to do what we do. Another busy week of content coming, so please subscribe to the Flex Zone podcast on YouTube. We're doing big things over here, baby. This is what we do.
This next man's always doing big things. He made it back safe from his trip to Goofy ATL. It is the voice of reason. It is the captain of the Goofy ship. And as we always do here on the Flex Zone, he is a commando. So we give him a salute, baby. Crevonte,
Right.
Baby.
Commando.
I hate D the most. I hate D the most.
That's what we do.
Crevonte the commando.
Hey, man, what's up? I hate it. I hate all of you. But not more than Will Smith, though, huh?
Boy.
Can't wait.
Say hi to Miss Queen.
Can't wait to get into it. Can't wait to chop it up. Y'all know how I feel about Monday evenings. It's the best day of the week because we on, and we all are on this. We all are on this particular evening, and I can't wait. It's about to be star-studded because this is a big star we got coming up.
This next man, the pride of the East Side. Start your day with a cup of Dre, the straw that stirs the drink. He is the head of the Flex Zone table. Throw your ones up. Make sure you acknowledge him, baby. It is The super producer himself, the man more stupendous than WrestleMania, more phenomenal than AJ Styles. It is the A-lister, Leandre. Drizzy Dre Melton. What's up, brother?
Hey, thank you for that wonderful introduction. Better than Paul Heyman, I tell you, man. But I can't do this without the right hand man. So I appreciate you, brother. Crew, another Monday. I mean, this family about to be reunited again in a second.
Reunited, and it feels so good. This guest needs no introduction, but I'm gonna do it anyway. She'll probably add to it as she always does. She is a Flex Zone original. She is the original host of this here, the Flex Zone. You can catch her on her show now, Rolling with Ramos, each and every week on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all those social medias. I'm sure she'll tell you. She's a reporter, radio host extraordinaire. She works day and night. I don't know if she ever has time to sleep. It's the hardest working woman in showbiz. The Flex Zone original. You know her as Mykell Ramos. She's back on the Flex Zone. And put your hands together in the chat and welcome in Mykell back to the Flex Zone, everybody.
Yes.
Mykell, what's good?
Ramos.
Not too much.
Woo,
Not too
woo,
much.
woo.
What's up, everybody?
What's
What's
up?
going on? How you
Hey.
doing? Good to have you. Let the people know how to keep up with you. What you got going on?
Well, first of all, if I knew that line was going to take off as much as it did, I would have LLC'd this line. I probably should. But your favorite sports podcast on the airways, Rolling with Ramos. Catch us on YouTube. We're on YouTube too. I know 50 followers ain't big compared to what y'all got going on, but I'm kind of happy about that. The goal was to get to 50. Now we gotta get to 100. We're trying to push to. I didn't know how to say sescentennial till Morgan had a sescentennial. So we're pushing towards 150. So pushing towards 150. Shout out to Tristan. I can't do this, say anything without shouting out my main man, my co-host Tristan. I'm nothing without the guy. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, on Twitter. Follow me on regularly. Mykell Sade, that's MYKELLSADE, like the singer. That is my real name. And yeah.
Well,
Trust me,
Mykell, you are a fellow commando like your good brother above you, Crevonte. How appropriate that you are right above each other. And like we did with Crevonte, as a new commando, you are the command A, with the A, feminine. You get a salute as well from the Flex Zone, baby, because you are the commanders, baby. That's right. We salute you as well. That's right, Drake. Come on, Drake. Come on, Drake.
Salute me and give me a
Thank you.
W while you at it.
Hey, you pick him
No,
every
hold
week,
on.
and
Hold on,
I
that's a
think
salute right there.
Crevonte is ready to start off with you.
Okay, let's go.
Mykell. What is going on? What is really good with you?
On
So
social media
there's
all
been
day
a lot
talking about what happened last night. Nobody can let it go. But
no, and they're not gonna let it go. They're gonna talk about this for at least probably the rest of next month.
crazy.
But there are some things that's been transpiring with our Washington football team that now has a name by the Washington Commanders. I did a video with Tristan with some initial thoughts. With some initial thoughts. I didn't feel great about it, but it's not about me, it's about you. What were your initial thoughts on the name change? Even though it was leaked the day before, but we knew that was going to happen. What were your initial thoughts when you found out officially that the Washington's new team is going to be the Commanders?
It's crazy because when you start to say their name, you go between three names before you get to this one. You know what I'm saying? So, and being a fan of them for so long, and like I'm saying, who wouldn't feel if they were called the Washington Coons? Anybody would have felt some way about that. But the Washington Redskins have been, that's been the name that's been tormented for years because it's been one of those names that's been highly thought about as disrespectful to Indians. But starting off that way, I've been a Redskins fan since I know what football is. So the first thing I'm gonna revert to is that when I think about it. Then when it came out that we're the Washington football team, at first I thought it was a cop out. At first I was like, y'all, because I was leaning towards the Red Wolves. The Red Wolves look kind of tough, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go with the Red Wolves if they do that. But then when the Washington football team came out, I was like, okay, y'all just had to choose anything because y'all had to choose anything. But then as time went on, it's like, well, we are the team from Washington. So it started making sense and clicking. And the uniform started looking good. And Chase Young looked good in the uniforms, and everybody was doing their thing. And I was like, okay, I can rock with the Washington football team. It may be a little dull, but that's who the heck we are. I would have preferred to keep that. And then the Commanders just command what? Because we don't do anything that's commanding. But
No.
if this what you want to do, that's my man. I'm gonna stick by him, you know. But I was like, I wasn't a fan of the name either. But in all actuality, when we look at the football team from the nation's capital, these are the decisions that always happen that have you leaving like whatever. That's it. Who thought of this? You know, so
And that
they
also
kept
means
watching football.
several people okayed it before we got to this point.
I guess I would have been the only one saying objection over and over. They would have totally overruled me. I wasn't feeling the Commanders. It don't even sound scary. Like we're going. What are we doing? Well, there's nothing scary about Commanders. Like what did we Rudy Moses? Like there's nothing about this. But under scrutiny and pressure, you know, Dan Snyder had to do what he had to do, and finally they got that pressure on him to do something. It's just for me, y'all. They took so long to make this decision and built up to this decision to drop this bomb for it to be effortlessly stupid. So,
Drop this bomb. Commanders, war. You made a joke.
So they could have stayed the Washington football team for me. I would have kept that. If we revert back to our original days, fellas, that's what Sean Yost, shout out to Sean Yost, NWA Sports Report. That's what he used to call the team from Washington. He used to call that. So I don't know if he futuristically put it on us, but he used to call us that when we used to talk about that on the show. When we used to talk about the
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yep.
Do that. So, and see, and that's what I'm saying. Eventually, you say the Redskins first. I done start saying whatever the hell we are, because it's like, which one do you pinpoint? Like, we got to be the first team to have like 3, 4, 5 names. How many? Like, that's crazy. We got aliases, and hopefully each one. And it's funny because hopefully each one has had their differences when it comes to the seasons too. Same proportions, but differences when it comes to seasons. The Redskins were over here. The Washington football team looked like they were doing something. You know what the hell the Commanders are going to do. So,
I got a quick question for you. How do you feel about your off season so far?
You know, it's wild because you get so angry with certain decisions that are made, but I'm going to continue to try to remain optimistic, because when we were deciding with Carson Wentz, I was like, Carson freaking Wentz out of everybody, Carson Wentz. But at the same time, we're not alluring enough to want to come to. Like, everybody's talking about something. It would have been great if we got Bobby Wagner. Yeah, it would be great. Bobby Wagner don't want to come to DC. Not to mention all the money that we expend. We can't afford people like that because we don't put those right things in check. Are we conservative? Yes. Am I waiting for Carson Wentz in this decision because he slid so much? But I do have a lot of sympathy for the guy. I do believe when he hurt himself, when he fell down with that injury, it's a very hard situation to watch somebody else take your team to the promised land and actually win. So how am I coming off of injury, coming off a great season? It's not like he wasn't coming on, he was shabby, but how am I supposed to come back in and win this locker room back over and do what I'm supposed to do? I feel like it did something to his psyche. And then moving on to the Colts didn't help the situation out at all. So this is really redemption. It sucks that this has to be the team for it, but if this is what you call yourself trying to prove to everybody else that you can do this over again, we can do. This has to be the point where he makes his career moment. On the other hand, it really truly sucks because where's our Joe Burrows? We can't get a generational quarterback to save our life. You know what I'm saying? And then we end up getting these mid-level tier guys who are trying to reinvent their careers. We don't need that. Why can't we start from scratch and get that guy too? And so that just sucks. gonna stick by my man. You know what I'm saying? I
Would
love
you would you have felt better if y'all had got Deshaun Watson?
I mean, clearly we're going to take the talent over the controversy, but adding to the controversy that's already DC and the stuff that we go through domestically when it comes to what's going on with women in that organization and Dan Snyder and all those emails and do we really want to take on that type of caliber guy to have to take on that type of caliber situation? You know, so that would have been such a debacle coming this way. But the talent is there, you know.
You see your co-host Tristan, he chimed in too.
What's up,
So
Tristan?
shout out to Tristan.
Always a pleasure.
My man.
That is the star.
Well, Mykell, we gotta ask you about your other team, your LA Lakers,
Oh,
and
God.
LeBron James. They lose yet again, only one game up on the Spurs. Probably might not even make the play in. What's your thought on the Lakers and LeBron James? Tristan, what's up, brother? We see you. Thoughts on the
Bye-bye.
Lakers?
You know what's funny? I used to be this person that would like yell and scream at people. You're not a Laker fan. You're just a Kobe and Shaq fan. Yeah, nah, 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 nah. Then we had that All-Star break. I feel like that was the best All-Star break that ever happened. And Kobe and Shaq are sitting in front of each other, and they're having that player spotlight, and they're talking about each other, what happened in the past, and then all this nostalgia comes over me. Like I remember sitting in front of the TV on the floor watching the Kobe to Shaq in that Portland Trailblazer game, and then it's like this epiphany.
Speaking of epiphanies,
Did we lose it?
Yeah.
Oh
we did.
no!
Oh wow, we lost.
Did her
Y'all
Wi-Fi
didn't,
go out?
y'all didn't got on Will Smith's internet and
Yeah,
started wilding.
he done slapped you off, Crevonte. He done slapped you off.
I'm pretty
What
sure
y'all-
she'll reconnect.
Yes.
We'll bring her back, ladies and gentlemen.
Up,
There
here
she
she
goes.
comes. Here she goes. Here she goes.
Yeah.
I think she got
Reconnected.
too excited. She got too excited.
And she's about to
She
get in
got
the groove.
You got excited over there, Mykell? You okay? LeBron cut your string.
Oh no!
She meet
I
now.
can't hear.
But,
Yeah.
You got to unmute yourself.
Ooh, she animated too. Unmute, girl.
You got to
we can't
unmute
hear you.
yourself. And I
Unmute
can't unmute
yourself.
Okay, I'm back. Anyways,
There you go. There you go.
where was I? Okay. The player spotlight, right? So there I was. And all this time I kept saying to myself, you know, I left when they left. Maybe I'm the one I've been yelling at for years. Like, do I support the Lakers? Do I want them to do well? Yeah. But the most beauty of my beauty, my most my biggest analytic endeavors came from defending Kobe Bryant. He had me looking like Michael Irvin going back to Steve Smith. My veins was popping. You feel me? So I might be a Kobe and Shaq fan. But anyway, to the Lakers' point though, it's crazy and it sucks so bad that LeBron has to be having the season that he's having. 18, 19 years, this man is telling Father Time. He giving Father Time the finger that we give that's disrespectful. He's basically telling him, I'm a end this when I want to end this on my own terms. And it's crazy that he's having such this great year, second all time in scoring, and it's so awful. And his team is playing this caliber basketball. But we're looking like the 04 Lakers when we just threw Karl Malone, Gary Payton in there and said, hopefully y'all can make it work because this is who y'all are. And it's not working. We got Westbrook over here that's not trying to understand that as athletic as he is, that can't fly in this league anymore. So we have to find a place for you now. You got to come off the bench. You not that guy no more. And he can't find his role. And then Anthony Davis won a championship, and then you're the youngest dude on this team, and you're playing like this and acting like this. And he's like one of them dogs. Every time you tick him, he gets injured, and it's like 6 weeks. That's what we need to start calling him, 6 weeks. Because every time he gets injured, it's 6 weeks. So it's like you're not even playing to the caliber and potential you're supposed to be playing to, because LeBron, not to say LeBron's supposed to be taking a back seat to you, but the more of the element that he could be doing in this on his team should be of bigger proportions, because he is the younger guy. This is the star that was bought over to do this. I'm watching my man Carmelo sink. Boy, I don't know what the heck this is. I know he like, damn, I ain't signed up for this crap, but hey, whatever. And and it's just looking unkept, uncoached, and they winging it every night. It sucks. Maybe it's the crypto.com thing. But
Shout out to everybody in the comments real quick, Raj. Viking Jerome, Mark, we see you. Viking Jerome, Lakers fan as well. Appreciate you, brother. Go ahead, Raj.
Yeah, man. I mean, we still can't see the comments on the
Yeah, we got to figure that
on the
out.
stream, y'all. I don't know why we got to fix that, but my quick question for you about the state of the Lakers is this: would you bring back Carmelo for next year? I think Carmelo is actually having a pretty good season. I think he still has a little something left. I don't think none of this is none of this is his fault. But I think LeBron is playing well, of course. Carmelo is playing well. To be honest with you, my real question is this: would you trade Anthony Davis in the offseason and maybe get some couple more players for LeBron to play with, or would you gamble and bring back Anthony Davis for one more year?
that's a big gamble, man. I mean, you bought this. This is what you bought this guy over to do. Is to be with LeBron James. Trading him, what does that do? That's huge. As far as Carmelo Anthony, I was such a fan of him going to Portland. That was the resurgence of his career. It just sucks that Portland doesn't know how to handle their whole team situation. How long will Dame stay there and suffer? But
Bradley Beal.
Anthony Davis is not producing, and the Lakers need him to produce. At this point, if LeBron said, "I don't want to do this right now," this is supposed to be Anthony Davis's team. I mean, hey, let him go. Bye. It's been real. You got your chip. And, what have you done for us lately? 6 weeks. His name is 6 weeks.
How would you feel if Bradley Beal came over?
Man, he need to lick his. Man, he should have been gave the Wizards to God. He could have been a Laker and already had a chip. He chose loyalty. He chose, I don't want to change. I want to choose loyalty, this and that, and everything else. He could have been a Laker. But what is that going to do for him now?
At this point, he might as well just stay with the Wizards.
And that's what I'm saying. You've already dug the grave. You've got the money. They gave up their whole franchise to support you and have done nothing of it to the extent. I mean, some glimpses have been nice, but in general, when we look at the landscape of the nation's capital is no longer alluring to bring big stars and people in. It isn't really. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't handle it right. We don't have the money. We don't do right by it.
Well, speaking of Washington and the Lakers, you guys did have Russell Westbrook at one point. Now Russell is with the Lakers. Do you feel like he is at fault for what's going on right now with Laker Nation?
I think he's a lot of what keeps them in the news, because everything he does is a freaking newsworthy thing. I mean, it's easy to talk about a guy like that because Russell Westbrook has been very consistent over the years. You can't knock him for his passion, his drive, what he does on the court. You know that he mentally and physically wants to leave it out on the court. At the same time, we've kind of given him all this praise for just having this athletic ability, which has been fine, but he can't settle on that no more, because now we're seeing the intangibles of basketball you just can't do. It's easy when you scoring all these triple doubles. It's easy to ignore. But what we're seeing now is team-wise, everything that everybody was saying in Oklahoma City, he would have held back Kevin Durant. The way he plays is very hard to play next to somebody, and the fact that he doesn't want to change is going to be very unfortunate for the duration of his career. You know, I mean, we joked about Carmelo for so long, but eventually he looked and said, "Okay, I got to resurge myself." Anybody who's great, look what Vince Carter and Ray Allen were able to do. Anybody who's great enough is going to be able to find a second tier of their career. And to see certain guys not be able to do that is very unfortunate because Russell Westbrook shouldn't be getting all the backlash that is given, but he does it to himself. You know what I'm saying? He's been on Shaq and the Fool longer than he's been on this season. Like, come on.
He was acting like a fool.
I'm gonna channel Charles Barkley right now, guys.
Cause y'all got the same head size.
Oh,
Hush. I am
wow.
tired of talking about this soy team. I'm tired of Drake putting it on the darn thing. I'm tired. Screw them. They stink. They need to go home. They suck. Enough of them. Enough.
Well, you know what?
I'm done.
Well, you know what? You're right.
Done
We don't have to talk about the Lakers, but I can give you a team we can always talk about.
Oh God, I know what's coming next. My other worst nightmare right now.
All these nightmares.
Mykell, with March Madness, with March Madness around, does Duke right now being in the Final Four? Does Duke win it all?
I wouldn't be surprised if they did. I ain't gonna hold you. And it's gonna be one of those. And it's crazy because me and Tristan talked about this the other day. I mean, last week. It's like you don't predict Kobe leaving with 60 points. You know what I'm saying? You throw that out there as something nice, but you actually predict that on those type of situations, things like that will happen. Peyton Manning, he rides off in the sunset with a chip. Here we are looking at the opportunity to see Coach K just leave us with a chip, and it's crazy. And I don't see nobody stopping Duke until it's done, until they do it.
Please, Kansas. I need somebody. Please, Kansas. Please.
No,
please. This is a setup. This is a setup.
Until it's done. This is
like I told you before, D.
The road to Duke winning it all.
Like I told you before, D. It doesn't matter.
Shout out to my boy Paul, man.
It is going to happen. Coach K and the Duke Blue Devils are going to continue to play till the job is done.
Yeah, I don't see.
Come on, North Carolina. You did it once. Do it again.
Go ahead.
Please. No. I told you what was great tonight. The UConn women. That's greatness. That's greatness.
Well, throw it out there. Throw it out there. D. We're still. I mean, the women are in March Madness too. So.
Oh yeah. Look. I told y'all. I'm gonna ask Ramos a question outside of the sports from a little bit. Her other job, I know she got to go to in a little bit. Fox 45. She helps that great programming at night. Hey, Seinfeld. Seinfeld's wonderful. Whatever comes on after the news now. I forgot what it is now. I forgot.
You watch what I watch at 3:00.
Is it Married with Children, D?
No. I wish it was. But this week there, I don't know how much interaction you have with the great Bruce Cunningham. I know he's retiring this week. It's a big deal there, Fox 45. If you had any interaction with him, let's talk about that a little bit and your experience at on 41st Street there.
Well, it's funny because before I started working at Fox 45 as a full-time employee, when I was at Morgan, I interned in the sports department for Fox 45. So I spent a lot of time logging tape for Bruce. And then my little short-lived stint at 105.7, I would run the boards for his show. So, or I would be leaving as he was coming in. So I've always had a chance to interact with Bruce. Bruce is just a nice guy. He's always giving me the best advice and always been open and honest with me about what I got going on and what I'm trying to do. We talked a lot about the oldies but goodies. We would always play a love of your own by the average white band. We always talk about that. So Bruce is a very down to earth guy. He's been in this business for so long. He deserves the respect. They did an actual tribute video for him because that was his last. If you watch Sports Unlimited Sunday, that was his last Sports Unlimited. So he's just been a staple there for years. You can't talk about sports and Fox 45 and everything like that without him. You know, that coveted high school award he gives out every week. He always tells everybody, just remember, Carmelo Anthony got this award, you know. So he's always been encouraging to the athletics of this city. Upstanding. Like I said, you can't say nothing. Every time I see him in the hallways, it's always, hey, Mykell, what's going on? How you doing? Actually stops and talks to me. Can't say nothing bad about Bruce Cunningham. We losing a legend here in the city, but I'm pretty sure he'll be in good hands with his grandchildren and his wife and his beautiful dogs. He'll be fine, and he'll be as effervescent as he is in life. He'll find a way in his second life to find happiness outside of sports. So he'll be fine. But Bruce is awesome.
He'll still be on the radio, and he still loves you madly.
Oh man. Now, I know this isn't a sports question, but it's the talk of the town. It's something that happened last night. You know, a couple superstars was going at it.
Oh man.
Your
God
thoughts
Almighty.
on this Will Smith fiasco with Chris Rock? What are your thoughts, Mykell?
It's crazy how pop culture can even transcend into sports because every sports show was talking about this today. You would have thought it was the game of the week or something like that because everybody was talking about this, and it's just crazy. I've been a big fan of Will Smith for years. Big Will fan. And it seems like every time he was in a position to win the Oscar, he'd go Denzel or somebody else. You know, I actually thought he should have got it for The Pursuit of Happiness because that was one heck of a movie.
Agreed.
I Am Legend. He's done such great bodies of work that it could have gone either way. And by the time it's time for him to get his flowers, because he's had such a long, good year. He played King Richard so good, you almost thought he was their father. Like, you almost forgot Will Smith was on the screen. And it sucks that it has to be tarnished by such a decision by him. Do I condone violence? No. But I think it's the innate nature. Like, for example, like if something happened to me as a black woman, if something happens to me, the first thing I'm going to say is I'm going to call my brother. I'm going to call my cousins. I'm going to call my male cousins. I'm going to call my uncles. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate that we saw that type of behavior on live television. We clearly see Will laughing, but I think when he finally turned and looked at Jada, it was like, oh shoot, like she didn't think that was a joke. But it's like, did we really need that? Did we really need the slap? I would have preferred him walked up there and silently said to him, hey, you know, that's my wife. Don't say something like that, you know? But it's also like everybody's saying he shouldn't have did it live. So if the video was leaked, a la as Solange in the elevator and Cardi B going off on Nicki Minaj, and that was even a big spectacle because that was Oscar. That was around like the same instances where people are saying black people are in white settings causing a scene. If we would have saw the video later, we still would have said something of the fact that, oh, that wasn't the time or place. He just won an award. But I think people get so caught up in seeing Will Smith as a happy-go-lucky guy, this nothing ever bothers him, this jokester, and you saw a different side of him that you didn't like. And it's just unfortunate that it had to play out like that. Like I said, I'm a big Will Smith fan, and would I have loved to just wake up in the morning and see pictures of him just holding his trophy and being with his family? Yes. We still got to find out the proportions of whether or not Chris Rock even knew about Jada Pinkett and her alopecia and what was going on. She's been very vocal about it, so there's no way that you couldn't know about it. But
well, Chris Rock said he didn't know.
Yeah, but in any sense, it's like you're a comedian. This is a roast session. This is what people do at the Oscars. That's what he's up there doing his job. But at some point, where is the level of discretion of, you know, picking or choosing what you are allowed to say? In all actuality, it's just this is caused by Will Smith's actions, because he didn't have to go up there and do it. But it just, I wish Chris never said it. I wish the team of the Oscars, even if he didn't know she had alopecia, that joke right there, somebody would have said something about it. I know a lot of people are mad because Will Smith is kind of sort of getting coddled at this point. But I mean, I think you see the humanistic nature in it if Denzel gets up and says, "Hey, you need to calm down." You know what I'm saying? Because you can clearly see after it was all said and done, Will's crying about it. You could see that he really had a lost it moment. But it's like, damn, you had to lose it on this night. This night was for you. But I mean, if we go back to a couple weeks ago at the Golden Globes, Laverne Cox talking about something, don't get in any entanglements tonight, and they had to laugh that off. You know what I'm saying? That was the wrong place, wrong time. He could have went off then. He didn't choose to do it then. You know, so it's just unfortunate. Like I said, I'm a big Will Smith fan, and who didn't want this for him? You know, he's been kind of sort of the staple of Hollywood, and you're the fifth black male to win an Oscar, and this is what is on top of it. It's just it just truly sucks. I mean, he's totally winning now. The Prince of Bel-Air reboot is great. Like, it's just so many things that are going that beautiful direction, and here we are stopping, and it just really truly sucks. But at the same time, us as black women can say protect us, and we're given that spotlight to protect, and now everybody's mad. You can't tell somebody how to react to something that you don't know how. We all are different. Like I said, there's been plenty of times I've never seen a female in a high pressure situation say, I'm going to go get my father, or I'm going to get my uncle, and they was going to have small talk. You know what I'm saying? So all these holier and thou people saying he should have did this, he could have calmed down. You don't know what you gonna do. It's just Will Smith is a millionaire, and that was the Oscars. That was the Oscars. Like, you did that on the Oscars. Like, oh my God, it's just so unfortunate.
Let me ask you what do you think about Brittany Griner and the situation that's going on with Russia?
A lot of people are saying that she should have known. She went to this world country and she should know their rules. I wouldn't be surprised if she's done this already. You know what I'm saying? But now we're in the middle of a war. First of all, this speaks a lot to the WNBA too, because in a month that's surrounded for women, not only do you find the liberty for not taking a commercial flight, but taking a private jet, you find them. You almost say that you're going to take the team out the league. That's your flagship team. I don't know nobody that didn't grow up on Teresa Weatherspoon and Becky Hammond and all that. You say you're going to take them out the league. So you find them, and then you turn around, and the only reason Brittany Griner, of the caliber that she's over there because y'all don't pay y'all players. The book's not booking. All these years, you just had the Phoenix Suns in the Chicago Sky in the championship. You got Diana Taurasi, Super, and Candace Parker that are not shabby names or athletes by no means. Some of the biggest athletes in this country. You have them in prime time. That did great numbers, and you can't pay your players. And someone of Brittany Griner's caliber has to even go to Russia to have a part-time job. Something ain't right. Who's been messing up for the last 20-something years? Something's just not right. And she's been caught up in political warfare. The fact that we didn't even find out she was there until 3 weeks later, and for it to be kind of sort of, it's like people pick and choose what week they're going to talk about it. We're talking about it this week. Next week, we're sweeping it under the rug. It doesn't seem like the push to get her home is really a push. But is she being held captive for what's going on in Russia? Why not hold an American? Why not? I just hope that she's safe. Her mental stability is okay enough for her to get to her through these days until we can get her home. But it should be more of a protest to get her here, and it's very unfortunate. She's playing for their basketball league, and then they go and they. I want to be the one that was the fly on the wall where where Putin gets the call saying we held Brittany Griner. Oh man, lock and throw away the key. This is what we want. Like it's so awful. But WNBA and Women's History Month has been totally awful. Oh my God.
Mm.
What?
Oh, here goes Byron.
Oh, Byron.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm
He
Yeah,
repositioned himself.
It's me. No,
Yeah.
it's me.
I got anything else from Mykell?
Huh?
Oh, so
What?
we're rolling with Ramos. What are
Yeah.
your plans with rolling with Ramos? Where do you plan to go on from here with you and Tristan?
Listen, we just made 5 years. I didn't know this nice little segment was going to turn into this nice little show and had its duration. You don't think of the prospects when you're starting something. You just go ahead, and what we've been able to do has been awesome. I hope to continue to get more guests, more athletes on the show. You know, shoot. It's weird when you build your own brand because now you want to start making money off that brand. And I mean, I would love to make Rolling Ramos even more of a household name. I'm very lucky that everybody invites us in their home every Thursday and wonders. It's to the point where everybody wonders where I am if something happens. I'm like, well, geez, I'm coming. I got something to say. Don't worry about it. But it's just been an amazing ride. Sometimes it's been a hurtful ride because you think, well, what am I not doing enough to get to the next level? But we really want to have more guests on, high profile athletes, whoever, and continue to grow and prosper and hopefully end up on an entity that end up on an entity like a XM or something like that, where we really are getting that traction and really getting that attention. So I'm really pushing towards that. That's what I really love to happen.
Let the people know how to keep up with you and watch Rolling with Ramos each Thursday.
Man, you won't see us this Thursday. We're taking a break, but we won't see us this Thursday. But make sure that you follow Rolling with Ramos on all your social media platforms: Twitter, Instagram. We're on Facebook. We go make sure you go like us on our Facebook page so you can join us. It always goes down. All the fun goes down 8:45 p.m. on Thursdays. We have so much fun. Make sure, like I said, you follow me. Make sure you follow Tristan online. Crap. I don't know what else to say.
Well, you got a fan right there.
Rolling with Ramos apparel. Rolling with Ramos is a sports show. Built on great sports content and a father that will never be forgotten. So when you see it, it'll make sense to you. So make sure you do that. And I'm just truly thankful for everything that everybody has, all the support and love everybody's given us. Hell, I'm thankful to you guys. I wouldn't even have the voice I have if it wasn't for y'all. Let me bug y'all every week to host this show, to the point where I eventually moved everybody out the chair and you let me stay there. You didn't have to do that. You saw something in me and you just continued to let it go. You let me do my thing, and I'm appreciative of that.
Yes, we know you got to get to work because you're the hardest working woman in show business. But again,
Oh my
follow
God.
her. Tell your people your socials.
I'm
Tell your
praying.
people all your socials. Tell your people all your social media one more time.
Mykell Sade, that's MYKELLSADE. That's like the singer. All my first name and middle name. That is my name. Follow me there. You can follow me at Mykell Ramos on Twitter, Mykell Ramos on Facebook. That's all I got, right? Yeah, that's all I got. And make sure you also follow Rolling with Ramos. Like I said, I'm very appreciative. Make sure y'all watch this episode. Continue to support my guys of the Flex Zone. The only place you get your sports how you want it when you need it. I still remember that. So yeah, just make sure. Is that a Cash App thing?
Yep.
Oh yeah, we do it all, baby. We pass the plate. You can donate too.
Hey, I wouldn't put it past y'all.
We had a couple collections.
I wouldn't really want. In the desire to pull out my phone and actually press the button, I want to see if this really works. Like,
It does.
Hey, you
Wow.
can put $5 in there. We wouldn't mind.
Let the Lord lead you, as they say in church. But
Let
we
him use
appreciate you,
Wow.
Mykell.
Let the Lord lead you to the collection plate.
Everybody
Check
give it up
out.
for
Oh my
Mykell
God.
one more time.
Yes. Get up to the most.
We appreciate you spending some
Yeah.
time with us. We know you got to work, and we'll definitely make sure we tune in to Rolling With Ramos. Big shout out to Tristan, and we definitely got to have you back on.
Hey, just like D says, when the flex zone calls, I'll stay up and make
Yeah,
sure
come
I
on.
can do this for y'all.
That's right. Yeah,
We
yes,
appreciate you.
please let Morgan Asset know. Congratulations to her, and
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
the best at 545.
And I'm gone, as y'all would say, right?
See,
We got
Mykell.
Oh, got
Thank you.
salute. I hit the
Thank you.
salute.
Don't work too hard tonight.
Oh man, I'm up.
Right.
Somebody help me through my misery.
Long
All right,
Seinfeld get up at 12:05. We good.
I will be watching Seinfeld. I know y'all asleep at night, but people don't understand the great content that comes on TV while you're sleeping. We talking Law and Order. We talking about First 48. I got a routine. You know what I'm saying? I wish I didn't, but you know, it is what it is. Oh, The Simpsons are funnier overnight than they are during
Oh Lord, wait a minute.
Nah.
That's right, because you got to check out 54 and 24 as well. So
Oh man,
Yep.
WTVZ,
yeah, you got
all those
all that.
stations I work, NUV, you know, the game is on or no. They even got the game on overnight. Shout out to Med School and Ding Dong.
Oh, Darwin Davis, my boy.
But,
Dang Davis.
I know Troy Hackley's program over the weekend too. That's a pretty good program he has.
Speaking of lacrosse, been covering some lacrosse games for AU, do some work with American University. D, it was cold as hell outside. My feet are still on fire.
Oh my God, I did
I'm
a
just so
lacrosse
happy
game
they
today.
ran up the
Oh my
score
God.
so the time could kept going.
Amen. Same here today.
I
Same here
should have
today.
bought my
All right.
Uggs. I should have bought my Uggs, but I appreciate you guys. Let me know when you need me back. I gotta do all y'all. I gotta figure out how to do all y'all at once on Rolling Ramos. That's gonna be a big task, but I'll make that happen. As my name is Ramos, you already know.
Well, you keep us posted. We'll be ready for you.
They keep us posted now.
Will do.
Byron will have
Peace.
cornrows by then. So.
Peace.
My favorite host will have
That's right.
Jesus cornrows by then.
That's right. God's favorite host, the host with the moist, baby, because we keep it wet on the flex zone. The only place giving you sports how you want it, when you
Oh,
need it.
wow.
Thank you, Mykell.
And that's crazy
Appreciate
because you never wanted to host and you didn't want to be in the spotlight. I said, do it. And look at you now. Now nobody
appreciate
stops
the
you from
appreciate the vote of confidence. Appreciate the vote of confidence. Appreciate it.
All right.
Anytime you need me, let me know. I appreciate it.
Peace out, fellas.
Give it up one more
Peace.
time for Mykell.
Who knows?
Yeah, on the flex zone.
Who knows?
Dropping knowledge as only she can. Now, before we get to the Goofy of the Week, we got to talk NCAA Final Four. As we hit the Final Four this weekend, big weekend of sports, actually. We'll be doing a WrestleMania show. Got the Final Four. A lot going on this weekend. But, Crevonte, your thoughts on the Final Four? Villanova, Kansas will meet up Saturday evening at 6 o'clock. And the main event at 8:45. Duke and North Carolina meeting for the first time in the NCAA tournament. And it comes in the Final Four. Who plays on Monday in New Orleans and who takes it home, Crevonte?
I think I feel safe with saying that there will be two blue teams in the finals.
Blue
I
Chew.
think what's been transpiring this year with Duke, I mean, it has been absolutely amazing. And D, trust me, I'm still with you, brother. But it's amazing for them to get to where they are. And it seems like the stars are aligning for the inevitable to happen. After Arizona, Gonzaga, all these great teams falling, literally falling, it pretty much in the same week. I'm like, now we got Kansas left, and it's like, oh, North Carolina again. It's not looking good. It's not looking good because it's only right that Coach K gets the last laugh after getting embarrassed on his home floor for the last home game. It's only right that he gets some get back and get back to the championship and run into maybe Coach Self. Who knows? Villanova's great, but that Kansas team is really, really, really good. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's a Duke Kansas matchup. And fun fact, I believe every school in the Final Four has multiple championships. So we have a lot of experience at coaching. So it's kind of hard to say who has the advantage when it comes to coaching. I mean, obviously, we'll lean Coach K every day, but there's a wealth of knowledge on the sidelines, and I love to see it. For me to say it, I would love to see North Carolina beat Duke, but the way things are aligned, it looks like it's going to be Duke, and probably Kansas, in the championship game.
And who would you roll with the win?
I would roll with Kansas, but again, the stars are aligned for Duke to win this. So I would love to see Duke fall, but I don't think it's going to happen this year. I'm going to try my best to root against it, but if it happens, I'll be like, yep, I see that.
Go ahead, Raj.
Well, I'm kind of disappointed, man. I'm disappointed because I didn't want to see North Carolina and Duke play, just a chance to get, just a chance to get to the final two teams. I wanted them to face each other as the final two teams, man. That's where it just
that would have been, yeah.
It blows it for me, but I'm gonna stick with my pick, man. I picked North Carolina to win the whole thing. D thought I was crazy, and Byron thought I was crazy as well. But
He's crazy with that Baylor pick. I give you that.
I was crazy.
He also picked Norfolk. He also picked Norfolk State, America, to beat Gonzaga.
Yeah, yes,
I told you was smoking.
I did. I was smoking, but hey, I
picked out the window.
I picked Carolina
out the window
to win the whole thing. So I can't go against that pick. Although, if Duke does win, I will be very happy as well. But it's a thing where I'm gonna be happy either way, whoever wins. But it just sucks that it's not the final two teams. But Villanova and Kansas, it's a toss up for me because I don't know each team like that for real. But if I have to choose one, I guess I'm gonna have to go with Villanova. I mean, can Kansas win? Of course, but I'm gonna go with Villanova. It's gonna be Villanova and North Carolina. And I think North Carolina's going to win the whole thing. Like my I like to put on my bracket. So, yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. But if Duke does win, oh boy, I will be jumping up and down because I definitely want to see Coach K get his last national championship. I think he's earned it. I think he's deserved it. One of the greatest college coaches of all time. Been doing it since 1980, and has definitely made a mark on college basketball. So. If he gets the job done, that would be awesome. And I see you down there, D. Stop being so damn disrespectful, man.
Go ahead, D. Go ahead, D.
Coach K is one of the greatest coaches.
We already know what Dre's gonna say. So go ahead.
First of all, the Elite Eight sucked in the men's side. It stinked to high heaven.
You stink.
All 4 games either was bad or was a blowout. So let's get that day. I did pick Kansas to make the title game. That will happen. Let me help Unc out here a little bit. Justin Moore towards ACL for Villanova.
He
went to DeMatha. That's a huge loss for the Wildcats, I believe. I don't think they get past Kansas because of that. Duke and North Carolina. Do I see Duke winning? I do see them beating North Carolina this time. But to make Dre upset, I'm going with North Carolina and Kansas in the final game. Hopefully Kansas win. I know TBS is happy. They get the Final Four back for the first time in like 3 or 4 years because they had it skipped over because of the pandemic. I know they're very happy at Turner. They got this whack matchup. But before Draco, I'm going to talk about the women's side. Because the women's side has been very good, very exciting. We've actually had some early upsets in the women's end. I was actually shocked at some of them. But South Carolina right now, Dawn Staley got that team rolling. They're the team to beat. They're waiting for the winner of Louisville, Michigan right now. Louisville is hanging on to a 3-point lead. UConn women, I said this throughout. I'm going to say it here since I haven't said it yet out in the Flex Zone. I picked them to go to the national final. The talent of Beckers, Ezzie Fudd and company, they're healthy now. They're going to make a run. Stanford's good, but I think it's going to be UConn and South Carolina in that final, and South Carolina's going to win the whole thing. Miss Boston is just too great. That's a great team there in South Carolina. So I like South Carolina, UConn in the girls' final. North Carolina, Kansas in the men's final. Let's hope. Go Kansas, baby. And like Crevonte said earlier, it's somebody in blue, unfortunately, on the men's side. Somebody in blue.
Dre, we know you're rolling with Duke, so I'll just go ahead and let you brag.
No. I mean, when you have a team the caliber of Duke, you don't go around bragging. You know what it's about. It's about championships, and hopefully we can send Coach K off in the right way. It just it does seem
sent off to the back room. That's what he gets sent off.
It does seem magical, that this is all happening. And I mean, it's funny because I'm looking at my Final Four predictions, and I had Kansas and Duke actually making it. So this is so that's my final two with Duke winning it all, of course. So like I said, I'm hoping that Duke will pull it off. But the future of college basketball, I think, as far as the Duke program, will definitely be good. I mean, you already see what's going on in North Carolina. Though my man had to let it be known that he had a white wife.
Hubert, I met Hubert Davis Dre last summer. He's a very good guy, very good recruiter. I'm not surprised at what he's done.
Wife too, D?
I don't meet wives. I just meet coaches.
Oh, wait a minute. Hey, he's a good man. He's a good man. Huh?
He is a good man. He is a good man. And I met Duke's successor too, because he's been doing the recruiting for them.
Yeah,
John Shaw. He's doing a good job as well. I agree with you, Dre. I think Duke's going to not skip much of a beat. They're going to be fine. They got two DMV kids leading them: Trevor Kills, Jeremy Roach. Jeremy Roach does a lot of clutch shooting for Duke, so I'm rooting for my two guys to do well. But eventually, they got to go down. I love them, but not him.
Hey, hey, D, you might want to take that back. If they win a national championship, and since you covered them, maybe you can get an exclusive interview with them.
Hey,
I know that coach. You never know.
I'm just saying, you want to be rooting for the damn.
I say I love them. I just don't love him.
It don't matter.
We all know what D really loves. Money.
Oh yeah, yes, exactly. Yes,
that's right.
That's right.
I love the kids too.
So Dre, you going with Duke over Kansas? Crevonte, you rolling with Kansas? D, you rolling with Kansas? And Raj, you going with North Carolina? Who you pick?
Over.
Yes. I just think it's going to be Coach K, unfortunately. I mean, or fortunately, however you look at it.
Ain't no fortune, unfortunately.
The Jews win again. The Jew has done it again, and he got it done.
But I tell you,
you're unfortunate.
Byron, you're right.
We talk great about the Jews.
Satan's
we love that.
favorite coach is going to win again. I know.
Yes, he will.
He looks
will
like
ride off with a hurt back into the sunset, and he will go out with a championship. It looks like. And Tiffany,
right.
It is red. Hey, Tiffany, I'm on your side on this. It's red. It's red.
Well, speaking of red, we got to get goofy with Crevonte. He was not here last week. He took the week off for good reason, but he's back with a vengeance. And boy, did he wait for a perfect time to show back up on the Flex Zone with his goofy of the week, potentially already goofy of the year. Goofy of the year. We're only in March, heading into April. Crevonte Bebe, let the people know what goofy of the week is. Line it back up as I queue up your information you need, and we get you right, brother.
My man Byron, thank you for that. Welcome to Goofies of the Week, sponsored by the Flex Zone. Appreciate you guys for giving me a little bit of time. So let me tell the world what I thought was goofy this week. And all right, D, peace out then.
Hold on. I've done it.
Oh, he's great. He's great. I love it. And it's like pulsating too. So I like it.
It's the pulsating goofy symbol. There you go.
So Goofies of the Week is something I came up with along with some help from my fellow brothers, because there's just so much goofiness that goes on in sports. And I just like to point it out. Sometimes it's funny goofy, sometimes it's major goofy. And I had two different cards to support each of those things. The funny goofy is like the low level green. We call this jet green to commemorate the New York Jets and their extreme goofiness that they portray throughout each and every NFL football season.
Shout out to Tariq Hill.
Word, goofy. And then we have the major goofies, and it's represented by the red card, the Atlanta Falcon Red. Shout out to Atlanta. Me and my lady Tiffany actually were out of town last week, which is why I missed the show. We're trying to recover, get some rest before I had to jump back into work mode. Falcon Red. So yes, and we all know how goofy that franchise has been over the years, especially after their goofiness with the Super Bowl. So I know you guys like it, and I'm sure the people like it when I do non-sport goofies, and this one may be the goofy of the year right now, and we're still in the first quarter of 2022, and I see Byron is queuing up a clip from the Oscars. The great Will Smith is already speculated that he was going to receive his first ever Oscar award, and he is well overdue for it. So we're all very excited. We were all very excited for Will Smith and the award, the very prestigious award that he was about to receive. But before he accepted said award, he had a little bit of an altercation with another superstar comedian, Chris Rock. Is this still loaded, or should I speak about it?
I think it's good. I think it's good. Hold on, let me see, brother.
Yeah, I love
There we go.
G.I. Jane.
Yeah.
Yes, muted for the kids at home. It's so nice we get to see.
Still working on trying to cope with. I think that's one of the better ways I can say that. So okay, you guys are on a loop. You're seeing what's happening thanks to Byron. Chris Rock tells a joke. It was a G.I. Jane joke to Jada Pinkett Smith, and obviously the correlation is that they both have very, very, very short hair. Was it tasteless? Maybe. Was it insensitive? Probably. But Chris Rock is a comedian. This is his job. This is what he does. This is what comedians do. And trust me, all of us are, except for Byron, is in our 30s. No shade, Byron, but is all in our 30s. So we've seen some wild comedy growing up. And obviously with sports and entertainment, things have gotten very, very, very sensitive, right? But with that being said, Chris Rock is, again, a comedian, and he is not a tough guy by no stretch of the imagination. And he is absolutely no threat to anybody. Whether you thought the joke was funny or not, it was a joke. And y'all saw the clip. I saw Will Smith laughing. I don't know what y'all saw, but I saw Will Smith laughing. Obviously, initially. Jada Pinkett Smith did not find it funny, and she said it on her face. Will Smith turns around and sees her face and snaps. Everything changes. Almost within seconds, he makes a beeline to Chris Rock and proceeds to slap the. Hit him again. Pow! What did the five fingers say to his face? Slap. Yeah, that happened. And nobody and I mean nobody, including Chris Rock and hell, probably including Will Smith, did not know what was about to happen. And Will Smith proceeded to slap this man, and it almost looked fake. It almost looked scripted. I thought it was. I'm like, oh, they playing. But then they played it back, and then afterwards, Will Smith and Chris Rock had a very explicit dialogue that we didn't play here because it's not for all ages. Let me say that. He proceeded to say some explicitives in relation to keeping his wife's name out of Chris Rock's mouth. Chris Rock goes on to say it was a G.I. Jane joke, my guy, like da da da. Will Smith says it again, but it's harder. It's harder the next time. And it's like I just keep saying this on a loop, and it's crazy to me, but like that happened. But after that, Chris Rock just moved on. Moved on with the show almost as if nothing happened. Shout out to Chris Rock for upholding his professionalism through all of this BS, because I don't know many grown men that would take a slap from another grown man, and whether they're at work, home, or in the streets. I don't know. I don't know many. All right. Including myself. Chris Rock is a better man than me and probably everybody else on this panel right now. He showed a lot of class. Yes, there you go. Deserves a lot of class, and yes, and Will Smith, I am beyond disappointed, and I am beyond embarrassed for him and Chris Rock, for both of them for this particular situation. Will Smith could have handled this so many different ways. This is like a last resort. And now, don't get it twisted. I understand. Us as men, especially in our community, we don't really have the platform or the ability to, or maybe the safe space to talk about what's wrong with and what's going on with us. So we've all had moments like this. Like it's wild because it's two black men who are very well aware of one another and almost, I want to say, friends. And on live TV, this happens. So this is wild, but we've all been in similar situations like that. It just wasn't televised. But there were so many different ways Will Smith could have handled this. Honestly, I'd have been fine with the explicitives from his seat. But going up and slapping his brother, regardless whether it was on national TV, it being at the Oscars and national television made it 1,000 times worse. But that is uncalled for and always unnecessary in my book. I thought the joke it wasn't all that funny, but it didn't warrant that. And this also shows that Will Smith made it to his breaking point. That was his breaking point. All that built up, and Chris Rock got the worst of it. That was built up frustration over years. That wasn't no G.I. Jane joke. Let's be honest. That's not what this was. So, unfortunately for Chris Rock, he received a slap that Will Smith has been wanting to deliver to people for the last 5 or 6 years. Since we've known that him and Jada have been in since they've gone public talking about, their open marriage and things like that. I hate this for both black men, because they took hits literally and figuratively, and I really hate it for both of them. I found it weird that Regina Hall made a joke. Everybody laughed. It was all well and good. Chris Rock make a joke. He gets slapped in the face. I thought it was very, very, very childish and immature of Will Smith for his actions. And then after all that, still got the award. Accept the award, and then going to apologize to everybody but the person who he struck. I thought that was absurd and very, very goofy on Will Smith's part. Very,
What
very.
What you think about Stephen A's response, real quick?
I think this is one of those times where the message was right, wrong messenger. Stephen A. Smith, you have been in a lot of situations more than I'm sure he'd like to admit. He's right in what he said. I do think Will's career is going to take a humongous hit. He probably will never. God damn, that's a good shot. Damn. Oh man, who took that picture?
So I'm God's
My
favorite.
God, that's a great shot.
That's right. Get it.
He threw me off. Get it.
He's zooming it in.
I think I think Stephen A. Smith is right in what he said, but we know
That's right. It is an
Stephen A.
HD.
Smith as a coon, as I said, and I don't really want to hear from him when it comes to anything and black men, honestly. And
This
black
should be the
people.
thumbnail,
I'm
Raj,
not
by the
really
way.
trying
This
to
should
hear
be the
from him.
thumbnail, Raj. This needs to be the thumbnail.
But his message is right, just the wrong messenger.
I mean, if we didn't have a guest on, it would have been.
I'm just saying this thumbnail would be amazing. I'm just putting it out
there. Yeah, so he went up there and apologized to them white people, to them white folk. And he didn't apologize to his brother, who he also embarrassed. I thought that was wrong. I thought it was out of line. I thought it was childish. I thought it was immature. And it was beneath Will Smith. And yeah, it's gonna be tough to come back from this. It's really gonna be tough to come back from this. Will Smith is still very much fighting demons that he has to deal with, and I don't think Jada Pinkett helped the situation. And I'm going to leave it at that.
I got one more for y'all when you're done, Crevonte. But go ahead.
Oh gosh, he has more. Jesus Christ.
Well,
this is a good shot though. This is a good shot.
Yes, it is.
That's a damn good shot.
Since you're gonna leave it at that, let me add my 2 cents. Since you're gonna leave it at that, let me add my 2 cents real quick. Since it is Goofy of the Week, I think Will Smith has been demasculated publicly by his wife. A lot of people have been making jokes over the years, like you said, and last night definitely was his breaking point. To be honest with you, man, I'm a huge Will Smith fan as well. I didn't like what he did with Chris Rock. I thought he could have, waited till the award show was over. Tap on his shoulder, hey Chris, can we have can we talk about this?
Exactly.
The joke that you did, about Jada or whatever, and then told him that, Jada has alopecia, because he didn't know. Chris didn't know that she had alopecia. But yeah, the whole thing was just really, really awkward. It was really terrible to see. Definitely don't want to see a legend like, Will Smith being at the Oscars and just going on stage and just smacking people. I mean, you can't do that. And the bad thing about it is he picked the right one to slap. Now imagine if this was The Rock or telling this joke about Jada or Brock Lesnar or somebody of that caliber. saying something wild about, Jada Pinkett. You think he would have went up on that stage and slapped them? I don't think so.
Hell no.
But yeah, man, I just think it's a terrible look for Will, a terrible look for him. But I think his career will be fine. But he won't be looked at. It's like he was like the squeaky clean guy
boy.
that never made no mistakes. That he was if he was loved by every all the races loved him, and he had no stains on his record.
So
And this is kind of like his Kobe Bryant moment where Kobe was the same way. He had like no stains on his record, but as soon as he got that allegation against the lady in Colorado, that's when everything changed for him. It's similar to that, but it's not quite that. But it feels that way. But man, yeah, man. Last night was terrible for Will Smith. I'm glad he did apologize to Chris Rock today. He should have apologized yesterday to him, honestly. And yeah, man, it was bad, man. It was bad, man. But that's all I gotta say.
Thank you, Roger. And I also hated it because it was also extremely selfish. 3 Dynamite women hosted the Oscars, and Will Packer was the executive producer. So this was all of their moments, and this is the only thing we're going to remember from it, which sucks.
Don't forget about the award Chris Rock was actually presenting to Quest.
Questlove, yes, another yes.
That totally got overshadowed by this as well.
So
well, yeah, I'm gonna play the video and Crevonte, let people know what you always say as
well. There's a thin line between goofy and great, and Will Smith, brother, you're gonna have to eat this one, brother. You are on the wrong end of it. Falcon red, brother.
See? Appreciate the comments too.
All it takes is one moment of weakness.
Wow. That was a greatest night in the history of television.
Everybody hates
Fair use, by the way. Fair use.
That's right, D. I had you. I had to do it.
And if anybody mess with Minnie Mouse, I smack them the same way. The same way. And take your properties too. Gangster Mickey, I'll let you know what it is.
That bastard Gangster Mickey, I tell you.
Hey Raj, we're gonna have to clip this and make this a video, man. That thumbnail was too good to let go. That thumbnail's too good to not use.
But guys, I will add one more thing to this. I know Chris Rock told a joke in 2016 as well about Jada. I think when they was boycotting the Oscars, some of this could go back to that as well. To me, Crevonte, the Goof of the Week should go to all of them. Nobody's a good guy in this. Will should have definitely handled it better. Take him in the back. Hey, look, brother, don't say a joke like that. My wife is going through something right now. Pimp smacking the brother ain't going to do it. It's not going to do it. It's just not. But Chris Rock, too, the joke was not funny. It wasn't sensitive. Maybe somebody should have came in Chris head beforehand. Hey, his wife going through something. If you got any Will Smith jokes, chill out on him. I don't know if he went business to himself or what, but better way to handle it. But this is a heel program, as I would say. This is definitely a heel program.
Sure.
I agree with you, D. I think that there's no clear-cut right or wrong person within this this situation because, this entanglement.
Turn it off. Turn it off.
If I was Chris Rock, I would have. Chris Rock, all he had to really do and say to him was, I see that you have issues with me right now in March, but I wonder how you're going to be in August. Crevonte, you were right. Chris Rock, you know, we keep talking about Will Smith, but honestly, what you and Tiff were saying, shout out to him too, because the level of maturity, poise, professionalism that he had to get smacked on national television, he ate it too. Like he just took it and did not, like, he didn't bag, he didn't fall, nothing. He just took it, shrugged it, as a matter of fact. He was still able to present the award, made a joke about it, and kept it pushing. And composed himself and restrained himself. So shout out to him for that. Will Smith, you could say that's a G right there, because he slapped him, sat down, and then got an award 30 minutes later.
Yeah, he warned y'all in them rap songs over there. He warned y'all, don't play with him.
Only in America. I was a little confused. I didn't know if this was the Oscars or the Source Awards.
Ah!
But quickly, your point, Dre. Chris Rock got a lot tied in the Oscars, man. He's hosted it over the years. He probably looked at it like, hey, I might have to take this punch because I don't want none of my interests in that to break up or get messed up. So,
Tiff, I know you remember the Source Awards.
Yeah, and before you go, I'm sorry, before you go again, Dre, man, I know we got a famous movie coming out probably in a month or two. Elvis Presley, you know. And since you brought up August, man, I mean August was giving Jada that leg, man, you know, that Elvis leg. So I'm just saying, man, that could have set Will off as well. I'm just saying.
He should have slapped him then. He should have slapped him, not the comedian, not the 5-foot comedian. Come on, man.
But let me close out with this though. Two things though. Like I said, there's no right or wrong party in this situation. Everybody is wrong for real. Because Will, I understand you defending your wife, but there's a better way to handle it, especially because now the narrative shifted from Black excellence to now we're talking about Will Smith and Chris Rock instead of things such as, like you said, we had a Black director there. Right. Quest won an award.
Samuel L. Jackson won his first ever Oscar award as well, man.
So I mean, Will Smith won an Oscar. Like we haven't, you know, I think the last person to win an Oscar for a major role was Denzel. So you know, I mean, so it just it's sad that this is the narrative. But look out for Chris Rock's comedy tour, because he is on tour and he will be in Baltimore. Snap. He will be in Baltimore next month, and
got to go.
So
this makes me wonder, because we watch wrestling on here. Was this a gimmick?
No,
it's not.
Did somebody? I ain't talking. I know Will Smith wasn't.
This wasn't a shoot.
No, but look, I don't think it's a gimmick. But don't be shocked if you see Chris Rock on a red table soon.
Oh no.
No, you're not gonna know. He's never gonna be on that shit.
Hey, if he's on that, it's a gimmick. I'm telling you right now. If he's on
I think the goofiest thing was Will Smith laughed at the damn joke, then tried to get all mad. Like, what are you doing?
I don't know if it was a laugh, ha joke, or was it a smirk? Like, yeah, you suck.
No, it was no. It was a mental breakdown. Like how.
Yeah, I think it was kind of more. I don't think it was him laughing at the joke. I think it was like.
Then he put August Alsina's head on Chris Rock's body and slapped the hell out of him.
Yeah, that's what I think that laugh move was.
Yeah, and he was thinking about that leg, man, that Elvis leg that he was giving Jay. But that really didn't know. Yeah,
again, I'm gonna admit I hate they shared that, but it's none of their business. It's none of our business.
No,
it is our business now.
Drizzy Dre,
word.
Episode 337 next week. What can they look forward to? As well as start your day with a cup of Dre on Good Morning Baltimore each and every day.
Thank you. We're going to recap next week. You got the end of March Madness. You got WrestleMania.
Hey, Rise, let the people know what's going on the YouTube and how they can subscribe, be a part of the channel, some of the videos they can watch, including yourself.
Please, man. We did a whole list of videos last week. Byron was going crazy with the free agency.
Word, buddy. Word, baby.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, he was going nuts with free agency, man. So check out a lot of those videos. Check out a couple of Ravens videos that I did over the past weekend. Man, I had Facebook going crazy, man, about Lamar Jackson. But yeah, check those videos out. They're on the Flex Zone podcast on YouTube. Ton of content that's still coming as well. Got a WrestleMania preview coming up very soon. Gonna have some I think we're doing a video tomorrow about our wonderful owner for the Baltimore Ravens.
Steve Bisciotti is talking for the first time in 4 years.
Speaking for the first time in 4 years. Can't wait to put that out. And most definitely, we're going to do our live stream on WrestleMania this coming weekend. So stay tuned for that as well. A lot more content to come. A lot more grinding to do. So yes, again. Continue to watch the show. Continue to subscribe. Tell somebody. We're doing big things over here, baby. This is what we do.
Yes. And guys, one more quick thing, Byron. Albert Pujols is back in St. Louis. Welcome back home, baby. Alberto Pujols back home.
Yeah, he's finished.
Yes, he can take that paycheck and send his ass walking home because he ain't doing nothing. But
hey, yo, Rod. Yo, we need a what doesn't Kevin Samuels have a slap sound effect?
Yes, he has a slap sound effect. He's probably using it right now, honestly.
Yes, we're gonna see.
We need some sound effects.
Video. Clip that for the people at home. Episode 337 next week. Once again, big shout out to Mykell tuning in and being part of the show. Make sure you check out Rolling With Ramos on Thursdays on all social media as well. As I said, start your day with a cup of Dre each and every morning on WEAA. Jersey Dre will be on there with our sister Kelly. Senior producer Crevonte Hurd. Executive producer Andre Melton. D, make sure you follow D on DieSport.net. And Rod, social media producer as well on the YouTube. I'll be doing a video. It'll be videos all week. Just check the channel. There's too many to talk about. WrestleMania preview Thursday, watch along Saturday and Sunday. I'll probably do AEW Dynamite. Supposed to have a women's debut on Wednesday. And Steve Bisciotti. See what he talks about tomorrow. If he lies, like D says, Bilotti. Or will he just deny?
The late Bobby Heenan.
We getting ready to get out of here. Y'all drop those sunglass emojis in the chat. Appreciate everybody tuning in, all the comments. We're going to get the YouTube thing figured out so we can make sure we get those YouTube comments on the screen for you guys. If you want to donate, hashtag the FlexZone1, the FlexZone1 on all social media platforms. The only place to give me your sports. How you want it, fellas?
When you need it.
I'm God's favorite host, the host of The Moist. For D, for Raj, for Dre, and Crevonte, baby. We get ready to get out of here, but y'all can vibe out for a second. Flex Zone, y'all. We gone.
Peace.
All right, I was late that time. Whatever.